Hello everybody, as you've seen from the staff group posted the day, we are now the proud owners of some card readers, which is brilliant. So I'm mainly just going to go over when we're going to use them and more importantly for you guys, how we're going to use them, just so that we don't have to have 50, 60, 70 different inductions on how they work. And you can all just watch this video, watch it all the way through, as boring as it might be, but then you'll fully get what's going on. When you get to your shift, you can grab it and away you go because you're already fully prepped on it. So the way it works, it's through PayPal, as it says on the top, which adds a bit of credibility when you're getting your cards tapped by people. It doesn't look like you're just getting it put straight onto your phone or something dodgy, so that's good. The app you need to download is called PayPal Here, H-E-R-E here, not as in here. So you need to have a smartphone in order to use them. So any iPhone or Android, as long as it's reasonably up to date, you may have to download the latest iOS if needs be. But as long as it's reasonably up to date, your smartphone can use it. If you don't have a smartphone, it means you won't be able to take card payments and you will just have to stick to cash, which is fine. But most of you won't have that problem nowadays, I wouldn't have thought. Each of you will all get your own logins, which I'll send to you individually with your own username and password prior to your shift. As I mentioned in the previous post, we are just going to trial this in Leeds alone to start, but we will be rolling it out across every single venue and city that we run Voodoo Elite in. So that's something to look forward to if you aren't in Leeds at the moment, but we should be trialing them tonight. Just a note on taking payments in cards in general. I'll explain what they're doing in a second, but this doesn't want to be the go-to method of sales. We do still want cash because we have to pay the clubs in cash at the end of the night, and then more importantly for you guys, we pay you guys in cash at the end of the night as well. So if we don't take enough cash payments throughout the night, then we're going to come into logistical problems. Now, worst case scenario, or what could be a common scenario, is that we may have to change the way we pay you, where we pay you the next day via bank transfer, or we have a day where there's a collection for wages. I'm not too sure yet, which is why we're trialing it, because it'll be interesting to see what the cash versus card payments are going to be like, and if we take more of one or the other. But that's that on that. So in terms of what it can take, it's pretty much everything. Contactless, absolutely fine, and Apple Pay / Android Pay are all accepted on this, which I would say is the preferred method because we need it to be fast. We want to be quick because it's still a sales job where you've got to be bang, 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 get through them as quick as you can. It does do chip and pin, where you insert the card into it and then they can put the chip and, well, the pin number into the machine. So that's fine as well. And technically, and I say technically because it does it, but I don't want us to take it, it will do the magnetic strip, which can be swiped at the top. The reason we're not taking it, in case anyone asks, is the charges and the fees are much, much, much higher. So it's not really viable for us to do it when we don't make a lot of money per shot, especially when you take everything off cost-wise. So yeah, mainly contactless, mainly Android and Apple Pay, and then chip and pin if needs be. So how do you use it? The way it works, you need to download the PayPal Here app through the App Store or the Android Store. From then, I'll go over onto my phone now. You want to check your logins work that I give you prior to even turning up to the shift. But when you get given your little PayPal machine at the start of your shift, it will have a small number on the back of it, which you probably can't see. In fact, you can't see in this light, but it is written on there. And it does actually come up on the front a lot of the time, but not always, where it says, this is so hard to aim. I don't know how bloggers do this. Still doesn't say, still can't really see it, but it says 697. So each one of these basically have their own individual number that will sync to your phone. So what you have to do is go onto your settings. I don't know why you can't, all you see is a bright light on it. Didn't do this before. Right, well, annoyingly, I'm on the settings sheet, settings page. Go onto settings, go onto Bluetooth. Oh, there you go, you can kind of... that's a bit, turn the brightness down. Go on to Bluetooth and then select PayPal, whatever the number it is that you're logged in with. Simple as that, connect it. and then you would just go onto the app itself, which looks like that, in case you are looking for the store. Once you've done that, it will pretty much just come up straight to the sheet. Now, if it doesn't, you just click the 3 lines in the top and just go on to new sale, because that's all you're going to be bothered with. With you having your own logins, it does track every one of your own sales, so we can see like, oh, how much is, you know, Sammy Smith sold in January, and we can go back to it and see exactly what's been sold and when it was sold, which is great. But yeah, you just go on to new sale. It will probably initially come up like that with a keypad, because you can type in an amount to charge and then click enter and charge someone. We're not going to do that here because you could make a mistake and charge someone like 200 quid or £2,000 for a £2 shot, which will be really bothersome to try and fix. But mainly because we can log exactly what sales you get from places. So all you do is click this bottom right button there, and it will go on to the list of items I've created already in advance. So for example, for tonight, we'd go over to Quids In, which I've clearly not done yet. Oh no, I have, it's there. Quids In, single shot. Obviously, if it's say on a Saturday, it does have the multi-buys in there, which you click. But it's Quids In, single shot, click it, and already it adds it to the top. You could literally keep going and do it the wrong way, and add stuff in and keep and just keep tapping on however many they're having. Now, if you make a mistake, like I'm pretty sure I just have, you can just click onto the top where the number is, and it tells you what the basket is you just put together. And I can look at that and be like, oh, you didn't need a Prism Saturday drink. Click it, and you can just remove it at the bottom, and that puts it back to normal. Or even if, you know, you've put down for 4 shots and then like, oh, actually, I only want to get 2. Click it and just minus it down to whatever you want. So I'm just going to put 1 because I'm going to actually buy it to show you, and I don't want to spend more money on made up stuff. 2 down to 1. So it's £2. Once you're happy with the amount, all the while I haven't been holding this up, but this keeps reflecting how much you've selected. Or once you're happy and you're like, that's it, okay, definitely want 1 shot, yeah, no problem. All you do is click charge at the top. And it comes up like that. You can actually ignore that screen, because on here straight away it's popped up, insert, tap or swipe. Now we're never going to swipe, but we will tap, and let me get some cash out. Well, say cash, let me get my card out. Try hide the numbers, because some of you thieves from like Hull and Cleethorpes will probably start trying to write down my numbers on there. But on here, tap away, you'll see the green lights on the top straight away flash up, and card remove, processing, and it should come up from processing, and it says it on my phone as well at the same time. Payment complete, said it there as well, payment complete. Oh, payment successful. Job's a good one. That's it, sale made. It's literally as quick and easy as that. Slight, not even downside, it does obviously require the Bluetooth to connect. Bluetooth's fine, doesn't cost a single penny. Does require internet access, so 4G, 3G, or even the club Wi-Fi. Most clubs do have Wi-Fi, so it's not a problem. It doesn't chew up through much at all in terms of data, so don't have to worry about that in the slightest. If someone literally has 0 data, then just let us know, and we can either just say, don't take card payments for the night off, we really, really, really want you to. We'll be like, there's £1, that covers your data, you know, whatever. We can find ways of getting your top-ups. But it's minuscule the amount it'll take up, so that's great. It does come up at the end when it says payment successful. Can't get it on there. There you go, payment successful. Would you like to send a receipt? Now, you can offer them that if they want it. If they do, just say, okay, cool, what's your number? And you can text them a receipt to their number. So I could just plug my phone number in there and text the receipt, and all it does, it says what they bought and how much for and at what time exactly. Not necessary for us, but it's an option. One thing that you all need to do, if you do make a sale via card and they've done it, is just let them know it will show up on your bank statement as Voodoo Elite, because they might not associate buying a Jaeger bomb or a Young bomb in a club with Voodoo Elite. They might not know what Voodoo Elite is. So please, can you mention that? Because if they see it and they're like, why is Voodoo Elite charge me 30 quid? And it'll be like, actually, that's from 15 shots you bought, you know, on a night out. So just please, like, let them know that that's what it's going to be billed as. other than that, that's pretty much it. It's super simple. It's so easy to use. I mean, aside from the contactless, which I just showed you, Apple Pay is the same. You just touch it. The chip and pin, you will literally just plug the card in and it goes to the next step of typing in the pin. It is literally as simple as that. The only two things to note really are before the shift, you can log in on your credentials that I've already given you and log in via your laptop through PayPal. Where it says email address, you just put your username and then your password. And it will give you a breakdown of all your total sales. It's always worth doing that before you start the night so you can see what your total sales were at the start of the night. So say you're on £100 from the night before, and then when you finish the night you're on 300, you know you've sold £200 worth of shots. Just makes it easier if you can tell us off the top of your head, you know, what you've sold when you look on the app, rather than us having to go through the back door and actually find it on the laptop ourselves. Now, we can check all those things, obviously, but it's just quicker if you know yourself, oh, this is what I've sold prior to the night, this is what I've just sold now. Aside from that, you know, after your shift, just make sure you give us back the card reader. If for any reason, when I say we, you can give it to any of the staff managers. If none of us are about, please feel free to take it home and look after it. Don't just leave it at the club. And please feel free to even charge it. It's just got a micro USB slot at the top. They do have about 3 hours worth of charge when they're being used. If they're not being used, obviously just turn them off at the top. Again, just child's play stuff, that really simple. Ideally give us it back. And that is pretty much it. There's very little to it. But hopefully, you know, I've had a lot of feedback from everyone saying that, you know, you're drunk per sale and someone say, oh yeah, I'll buy 10 shots. How much is that? Yeah, that's 20 quid. Oh, do you take cards? No. Oh, sorry, I'm not going to buy them then. And then that's literally the end of the sale. And especially with a lot of the clubs when they don't have cash machines that work or the cash machines charge money, I would hope that this should add a lot of sales onto your total figures and total numbers, which in turn makes you more money when you're hitting bigger bonuses. And you know, I've said from day one and in the inductions that those of you have been to that, you know, we want you to make money. I want you to make loads and loads of money, because if you make loads of money, then we do really well from it as well. You know, we're on the same team here. So that's pretty much it. If anyone has any questions, feel free to post in the comments below. Makes me feel like a blogger, or just ask us. And that's about it. Hopefully it'll all go well tonight and the rest of the week whilst we're trialing it, and then soon enough we'll start rolling them out across all venues. So thanks. Bye.